Oh dear, ladies and gentlemen, Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie seems to be dead. Don't know what happened with the accent there, but this is interesting, isn't it? It's sounding like it could be done. This is an interesting turn of events, basically. So he's come out and revealed that his script is still yet to be completed. Now, this is interesting because it also goes hand in hand with something which I saw floating around on Twitter, which was as part of like a Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Entertainment Weekly, that sort of thing, cover story on Taika Waititi, where he was interviewed. And he even states there how much he hates writing scripts. So I thought it was interesting that this dropped around the same time that had dropped. And both indicate his hatred for writing scripts. So let's dive into this today. Hit subscribe if you're new here. This is another L for Star Wars, another movie that potentially won't get made. I mean, 3 years on is... wow. That's a lot. That is a lot, I'm not going to lie. That's a long time to write a script. And make no mistake, his script's not going to be that good that it hasn't, necessitates 3 years of work. So it appears as if Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is indeed dead, which follows months of rumours and speculation. So the actor and director recently appeared at TIFF, which is the Toronto International Film Festival, honouring Sean Levy, who has also been developing a Star Wars movie of his own. So via the video, which I don't think... we might be able to play it. Waititi says that due to Levy being so successful, he will go on to other franchises, including Star Wars, but Taika Waititi jokes that Sean will actually manage to finish his Star Wars while he will not. Or did not, should I say. So he says, and I quote, and we'll watch it. He says, like a cruel, indiscriminate virus, he'll move on to another and another and another and another, and eventually probably Star Wars. And unlike me, let's hope he manages to finish a script for that. So, I mean, is he just out and out saying he's not finished a script, it's not done? I mean, let's take a watch.
In a film world that so often pits high art versus high sales, we're lucky to have a director. High sales, we're lucky to have a director. He's there. So much of Sean's work is high concept with big premises. He dazzles us with special effects, CGI, and animation. But what sets him apart is that he never sacrifices the humanity at the center of his stories. Maybe that humanity all starts on set. He treats his casts like family, albeit big families, with big names like Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Steve Martin, Winona Ryder, and Beyonce. Okay. In Sean's words, and this is an exact quote, the secret to being a good director is the same as being a good father. Be a fun dad. Encourage play. Don't abandon them. And if they aren't listening or doing what you want, beat them. End quote. Sean. Sean has resisted the comfort of sameness in his career, resulting in work that is audacious in its range of genres, but always retains his signature humanity and heart. From Cheaper by the Dozen to Date Night to Real Steel to Arrival to The Adam Project, and now the bold filmmaking shift of his newest work, All the Light We Cannot See. He's currently making his own Deadpool movie with his Canadian soulmate, Ryan What's-His-Face, and co-starring one of those other annoying Australians, the guy from The Australian. After he's had his way with that franchise, like a cruel, indiscriminate virus, he'll move on to another, and another, and another, and then eventually probably Star Wars. And unlike me, let's hope he manages to finish a script for that. And then, of course...
Right, sorry to watch all of that. That was cringe-inducing for quite a lot of it, not going to lie. Christ alive. So yeah, I mean, it does sound like it, doesn't it? Genuinely, in fact. So Lucasfilm was officially announced Taika Waititi on Star Wars Day back in 2020. So that does mean that it has... I mean, it's been 3 years since the script. Since the announcement. And you've got to remember, from announcement, there would have been some pre-work done there as well. So it's actually over 3 years. Bear that in mind. And they said this at the time. Academy Award winner Taika Waititi, who recently won Best Adapted Screenplay for Jojo Rabbit and directed the widely acclaimed first season finale of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, will direct and co-write a new Star Wars feature film for theatrical release. That was in May. So it is over. It's over 3 years anyway, but it is longer than that. Unless they just hired him immediately, then announced it. So rumours and speculation have offered that the project has been cancelled due to Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder being such a bust and disappointment. And in addition, numerous Star Wars projects have been cancelled under Kathleen Kennedy. She's actually cancelled more than... No, she's announced more than they've made and fired more people than they've hired. If that makes sense, which is true. So, talking with THR back in May, again 3 years after the announcement, Waititi said the script has yet to be finished. I've got a really good idea for it. It's just, with all films, it's this middle part. You're like, what's going to happen? And then you look at all those other films that are so great, and you're like, well, I guess I can't meet some smuggler with an alien sidekick. So Bob Iger recently reiterated Disney's putting back on Star Wars. And so if the script's not finished, maybe they're going to cancel it because of that. So Sean Levy in Star Wars, well, this is not great either. I don't think anyone minds about this. Anyone really cares. But getting that call was a great day, he said. He said Total Film magazine. I was in the edit room on All the Light We Cannot See, and I look at my phone and it's Lucasfilm, Kathy Kennedy. Thus began a conversation that led to her inviting me in to develop and make my Star Wars movie. I'm putting everything I have into it because I love that world, and it is a privilege to get to join that galaxy. We were just starting the process of developing my movie, and the writer strike happened, so we're in the middle, we're in the holding pattern that so much of our industry is in. I mean, look, right, at the end of the day, his next movie is Deadpool 3, by the way, so we'll see how that goes. Taika Waititi on Star Wars, I never thought he was a good fit anyway. I do think that this movie, since the thing about Lucasfilm is they announce these projects and they try to get wind under them, traction, and then they take so bloody long to develop. 9 times out of 10 they get cancelled. And then if they do come out, they've taken so long from announcement to release that all the gusto and wind is taking the wind out of everyone's sails. They're just not interested in it. And barely anyone's interested in Star Wars as it is. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. I don't understand why people keep announcing things and delaying stuff. I mean, Arcane, for instance, right? That was a fantastic series over on Netflix. That's taken ages to get its second season. You have to strike while the iron is hot. Plan these things out. At least, in concept form, so you can get things going. This, apparently, 3 years, over 3 years, 3.5 years. And it's not happening. I have no doubt in my mind that this will be cancelled. So let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.